She put a full, large iced coffee right outside my door. So when I am walking in a dark hallway, I should have answered the door when I knocked on it. You ran away right when you put it.
There is a dark side to Charli D'Amelio's sudden rise to fame that is very rarely talked about. As the number of her fans and followers increases every single day, so does the hate that she receives. She is constantly being dragged through the dirt on social media from people who do not understand why she is famous. So today, we will list down the top things that nobody understands about Charli D'Amelio. Make sure you watch until the end of the video. Who knows? You might learn a thing or two about Charli.
Do you want to win any of these items on your screen? If so, be sure to watch the whole video, leave a like, and comment the hidden message. And with that being said, let's get right into the video.
First is that Charli D'Amelio has over 10 years of professional dancing experience. Charli's haters seem to think that this girl became famous without having any sort of legitimate talent, but that is simply not true. I mean, even BB Rexa was so impressed that she called Charli personally to ask her to dance at her concert. She has also landed a Super Bowl commercial and has performed alongside none other than J-Lo. Despite all these impressive accomplishments, there are still a lot of people who doubt that she has serious talent. But if some of those same people just took the time to take a deep dive in Charli D'Amelio's Instagram, they would find evidence that she actually has been dancing since she was 3 years old. This is obviously way before anyone on the internet even knew her name, as she was already practicing her own dance moves. Her hard work and practice paid off as she was able to bring home several trophies from her dance competitions. She was even hailed as a regional winner for Connecticut in the 2019 Diva Dance Competition. She could not have achieved all of this if she did not have legit talent now, could she? Next, we will talk about how Charli D'Amelio continues to struggle with hate comments about her. Charli and her sister Dixie were asked by UNICEF to support an initiative called #SaferInternetDay. They were given the chance to speak about their experience being two of the most popular internet sensations of this generation. Charli revealed that every time she posts a video, she gets hundreds of thousands of nasty comments calling her names and commenting about how she has gotten fatter or uglier. A lot of people are also of the opinion that she has some sort of weird body type or body shape. She said these comments hurt when she just had 40 followers, and now they hurt so much more now that she has millions of followers. Dixie did not have a lot of haters when she was new to TikTok, but it seems she was not spared by her sister's most dedicated detractors. Suddenly, she started getting comments calling her body disgusting for showing too much bone. It has gotten quite bad for these two ladies, and it seems that people are forgetting that they are hating on real people who have real feelings. When they post these mean tweets and comments, these two girls are actually seeing them and feeling horrible. Next is that Charli D'Amelio was bullied while growing up. A lot of people find it hard to understand Charli's peculiar attitude. Sure, she uploads lots of videos of herself, but still for some reason she seems reserved and aloof sometimes. This is because she actually grew up uncomfortable in her own skin. She recently revealed that she struggled with bad eating habits because of people in her elementary school who would constantly make mean comments about her physical appearance, both in person and online. Experiences like this have a serious impact on someone's self-confidence and behavior, which is the main reason why Charli is the way that she is. If only more people took the time to understand this side of Charli, then they would no doubt be more careful in the way they treat her and other TikTok creators. Next up, nobody seems to understand that Charli D'Amelio is a huge family girl. Some people have this habit of portraying Charli as a huge brat who is just a major headache for the rest of the D'Amelios. Just because of a handful of videos where Charli is seen annoying the rest of the family or fighting with them. She was on IG Live once and could be heard arguing with her parents over the state of her messy room. She also got in trouble by Dixie on camera for leaving a glass of iced coffee right outside her sister's door, which of course spilled all over the floor. People should understand that all of this bickering is nothing but normal. The D'Amelios actually love each other a lot, and Charli, for one, relied a lot on the support of her parents to cope with the bullying. People should stop insinuating that Charli is this big brat who is disliked by the rest of her family. In fact, Heidi D'Amelio, Charli's mother, said she is proud of her little girl for remaining humble despite the impressive fame that she gained from TikTok. Next is that Charli D'Amelio was never the popular girl before TikTok. If you hate her because you think she does not deserve all the attention she is getting, then do not worry, you are not the only one. In an interview with Entertainment Weekly, Charli revealed that she has no idea how she became so famous. She said she is constantly amazed that a lot of people know her name just because she is dancing in her room. From this statement alone, you can already tell that Charli is not accustomed to all the fame and attention that she is getting now. And this humility is something that I hope she never loses. That is probably because she was never one of the it girls growing up. She is actually a very shy girl who was always hiding in the shadow of her older and more confident sister, Dixie D'Amelio. Charli attends a private school in Connecticut, and if you think she is one of those mean girl type students who everyone knows, admires, and fears, then you are dead wrong. She is more of a wallflower who hates the limelight and would rather keep to herself. So for everyone thinking Charli's a fame-chasing girl who loves the attention, then you definitely do not know her at all. Next is that Charli D'Amelio used to create dance routines for her friends on TikTok. Here is another crazy revelation that proves just how shy Charli D'Amelio really is. Even though she could have been famous as soon as TikTok became a thing, she actually chose to stay out of the limelight for the most part. Before her dance routine for Renegade blew up, she would just make choreographies and dance routines for her friends who already had TikTok accounts. Even though her sister has fewer followers on the platform right now, Dixie's account is actually way older than Charli's, and it took Dixie and Charli's friends a lot of convincing before Charli finally agreed to upload her own content to her own channel. Charli was not sure if people would be interested in anything she had to offer, and she never expected she would become an internet phenomenon practically overnight. Not a lot of people understand how humble Charli D'Amelio really is, but all her friends could attest to it. Imagine having her level of talent and being okay with just creating dance routines for other people. Any other teenager would have tried to go viral on day one of TikTok, but not Charli. As mentioned earlier, it was never her ambition to be famous. Next up, despite all the hate, Charli D'Amelio is not afraid to be herself in almost every interview. Charli emphasizes how important it is to stay true and authentic to oneself. She believes the main reason a lot of young people look up to her is because she is genuine and relatable. Aside from her dance tutorials, Charli loves posting videos of what her typical day looks like. And you would be surprised how often she goes out for iced coffee and donuts. She is not at all embarrassed to show us her simple side, to remind us that she is just a typical teenager. She is honestly like an antithesis to your typical influencer who only shows their flawless side. She goes on live whenever she makes art, which means we get to see every mistake, every problem, and every wrong stroke she makes. She also tells her live audience when she is disappointed with what she made or if it did not turn out the way she wanted to. It is very inspiring content for aspiring artists, and people should really give her more credit for these types of things. Even Dixie is impressed with how her sister has the courage to continuously post more content despite all the hate that she is getting. Next is that Charli D'Amelio loves her fans. Not too long ago, Charli got into her first controversy after she charged $100 for everyone who wanted to attend her meet and greet. I mean, you could watch big time artists like Lizzo or Katy Perry for that price. Even though Charli eventually cleared things up by saying she actually donated most of the profit to charity, people still thought she did her fans dirty by charging so much just to see her. The people who actually paid and got to meet and greet her are all happy and satisfied. It was obvious from the way she interacted with fans that Charli appreciates all of them. She took the time to speak with each and every one of them to ask them how they were doing and if they were having fun. She is also very patient in answering questions from her fans during her IG lives, even though she is under no obligation to show her private life to any of us. Next, as much as Charli loves her fans love her too. Remember when Charli got dragged into nasty rumors involving Jacob Sartorius? What about when she had to publicly go through her breakup with Chase Hudson? How about the time she was reportedly in a parking lot fight against Addison Rae? Those were troubling and challenging times for Charli, but her fans stood by her every step of the way. They were always quick in defending the TikTok star and dispelling rumors about her. Also, they would not do any of these things if they did not think Charli was worth it, right? Haters should understand that there is nothing they can do to take Charli down when she has got millions of people ready to stand up for her when the going gets tough. The next thing people should start to understand is that Charli D'Amelio is not interested in competing with anyone. People seem to get a kick out of pitting Charli against other content creators on TikTok, like Lauren Gray and Addison Rae. They constantly make face-off videos of these influencers, making it seem like they are all in a huge competition to become TikTok's next superstar. Nobody seems to understand that Charli has her own thing, and Lauren and Addison have theirs too. Lauren Gray has actually made it clear that she does not think of Charli as competition, and even described her as a sweet girl who will go far in life. As for Addison, well, she is practically the third D'Amelio sister given how close she is to the sisters. There is no way she or Charli would let the pressures of social media get in the way of their strong friendship. Anyway, there is no one for Charli to compete with because she is already internet royalty. And without even trying. Once people start accepting that, the easier they can move on and focus on other more important things in life, rather than hating on Charli all the time. So there you have it, the top things nobody understands about Charli D'Amelio. Now it's time to share what you think about this video with us, and of course, what other topics you would like to see in the future. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video. See you next time.
A simple reminder on how to enter our brand new giveaway. We will be giving away either an iPhone X Max, the new iPad mini, or a MacBook Pro. It's really your choice. So be sure to leave a like, comment the keyword, subscribe, and turn on notifications to enter the giveaway. It's really that simple. Go for it.